It's Michal from Michal Alpha Lifestyle and Wellness. I'm on a little bit of a rant about the theories out there that it's all just about the calories, and all calories are created equal. Newton's first law of thermodynamics is the theory that this is all based on, and it states that in a closed system, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It remains constant. So these calories in, calories out theorists tell us that we're either going to have a calorie surplus, which will cause us to store fat and put on weight, or we're going to have a calorie deficit, which is going to cause us to burn fat and thus lose weight. It's just about the calories that you consume, not about the quality of the calories. I disagree. Not because I disagree with Mr. Newton. His first law is good, and it stands. I disagree in the fact that I don't believe that the human body is a closed system. We live, we breathe, we regenerate, we reproduce, we eliminate, we eat, we digest, we drink. Each one of these things influences something else, creating a very complex system. Food is information as well as energy, and it tells our brain how to speak with the rest of our body, and it allows our body to communicate effectively with our brain. Let's look at 500 calories of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate being any molecule made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Or any substance, made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And I'm going to take two extremes, 500 calories of Coca-Cola and 500 calories of broccoli. Now, you all know those calories are not the same, and we could easily just leave it there. But let me explain how those work in your body. If we ingest 500 calories of Coca-Cola, it's pretty much 500 calories of liquid sugar. 125 grams of sugar and 500 calories of Coke. It's probably about 1.185 liters, which is one of those really big fountain drinks that you would get if you were going to a movie. So if you think that that's not something people drink, think again. So 125 grams of sugar is probably around 64 teaspoons. It's a lot more than our body knows how to handle. We can probably have around 1 teaspoon of sugar circulating in our blood at any one time. All this sugar is released straight into the bloodstream as there is no fiber or minerals or even solid food to signal to our body that we are ingesting something that is energy. It is released straight. So the sugar is released straight into the blood, where insulin has to come and remove it because it's way too much sugar than our body can handle. Insulin moves the sugar to the muscles. When those are full, it moves the sugar into our fat cells, where it is stored for later use. Fat can, especially belly fat, can be very inflammatory and very irritating. Also doesn't look so good. Part of the sugar is digested in our liver. Again, the liver can only handle so much, and the rest of it gets shuttled into fat cells. In order for that to happen, insulin is released again. So by ingesting this 500 calories of liquid sugar, our insulin is raised quite an amount. What happens when insulin is raised is then, again, it drops quite significantly. So this leads to hunger often. What happens when you drink a soda or when you drink a big amount of Coca-Cola is a couple of hours later, our hunger is stimulated because our insulin has fallen too low because it has had to clear out all the sugar from our bloodstream. This is a very simplified version of what happens, but basically what I'm trying to show you is that all it does is signal our insulin to go up and go down. It doesn't stimulate ghrelin, which is our hormone that tells us that we've ingested energy, and it doesn't allow us to feel satisfied or full, and stimulates our appetite in the long run. Looking at the 500 calories of broccoli, on the other hand, that's around 14 cups of broccoli, which seems like a lot to me. Of that 14 cups of broccoli, we're looking at around 68 grams of carbohydrate, of which 1 teaspoon, 4 grams is sugar. The rest of it is a type of soluble fiber that is contained in many non-starchy vegetables. So the broccoli has a lot of fiber, which slows down the release of that one tiny little teaspoon of sugar into the bloodstream. It also has iron, it has vitamin K2, and a whole lot of other nutrients that are absorbed and given to our body for nutrition. So our blood sugar isn't raised. The broccoli passes slowly through our system. We're given a whole lot of nutrients. If you're eating the full 14 cups of broccoli, your stomach also distends, it gets full, and that's quite different from the bloat from the carbonation of the soft drink. We feel full, we feel satisfied, our brain is told we don't need food, stop eating. Insulin isn't raised too high and therefore isn't going to drop too low. We are satiated and our hunger isn't stimulated until we really need energy again. I hope this explains to you in a very simple way how calories cannot be equal. Food is information. Let's think about that for a moment when we're thinking about the calories in, calories out theory.